Top of the day, top of the week to you. This is going to be an interesting message. I think it's paced properly, so we should be okay with this. All right. One, thankful for being here. This is going to be the end of the month, kind of, sort of. A lot of decisions have to be made, and I'm here to, help you with a little situation. So, you ever had, and this is me, would you ever had somebody state something obvious, like it was something new, right? Like somebody's like, yo, listen, I got this new sandwich idea, like peanut butter jelly. You like, what? Because that's a thing, right? So 20 years ago, when I decided to, get into the DJ situation, and I'm gonna let you, I say something that's old without saying it's old. So, I'm doing my studying, I'm going getting catalogs, physical pieces of paper, right? Who does that, right? And I'm just like, listen, I'm gonna do this thing. I studied exactly how I wanted to get in. I studied the equipment I wanted, blah, 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 blah. That's what I did. I shot down the Staples. I think Staples is still a thing. I went to Staples, got a 6x9, put that thing down, and I put a surge protector on top of the table, right? First, because I'm like, I need to plug this stuff in. Then I went to the catalog and I legitimately cut out pictures of everything I wanted, and I placed it on the table where I wanted it. And then I went to work part-time at the music spot. And, I ain't telling this, but it was like, basically, you can just pay me in equipment because, that's all I'm really here for. I came for the equipment. So, boom. Every other check, really like once a month, to be fair, because I wasn't making a lot of money. So, once a month, boom, I put the effects situation there, I put the rack there, I put this here, I put that there. And after a while, I was actually plugging stuff in to the equipment. And then, I got the one big wop and I got the, the mixing board, etc. But what I did was I created a plan that could not really be deviated from, right? So it's like, it was a space where there was no space. And I started with the foundation, put the table there. Then I put down the plan of where things were gonna go. And then I put the things where they went. And then, 20 years later, here I am. But nonetheless, that's kind of sort of where it went. That was the start, right? So I'm saying to myself, wow, look at what I did. It's almost like manifesting something out of nothing, which it was. It's almost like, creating an indelible blueprint, which it was. But in my heart, because it worked for me, I'm like, I done created something, right? Two things, well, three things, but two things to start. One, I ain't creating nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because from what I understand, this is what is called vision boarding. And to me, vision boarding sounded corny. No disrespect to any way, but it just seemed soft. Like I was like, yo, I'm not gonna put this easel up, put this thing up, and then how did it even work? You know what I'm saying? But in a concrete situation, whereas I built something, this is how it fell down, and it was easy for me to see because it was right there, right? So even when you think of some endeavors that's outside of your scope, outside of your brain, like when they say, hey, listen, the moon has been going around this joint for a long time. Let's go to the moon. Why? I don't know why they want to do that, but the thing was you can see it, you can calculate it, you can figure out the amount of propulsion, you can understand the trajectory, you gotta catch that joint. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of planning goals, and at the end of the day, they put a flag on it, right? They put a flag on it. So my thing is this. Last week, or the week before last, maybe we was talking about the things that we call it's going to be the things that's non-negotiable, the things that you not going to do without. And then this week I was sitting around living my life, and I was like, yo, like I really enjoy this part of my life, and now I'm going to slide this thing into my thing that's non-negotiable. But here's the thing, whatever you want, you got to pay for. So if you say, like, where I am right now is where I'm going to be, and until you decide to change your mind, you're going to be right there, because that was your plan, right? There's no way you could do two things at one time. Why? Because it takes a decision, and decision is two things, parity, right? It's going to be left or it's going to be right. You cannot go left and right at the same time. You're going to crash. This is why a lot of people, they find themselves like, I'm stagnant. You're not stagnant. You're trying to make two separate decisions at the same time, and guess what you're doing? You're not going nowhere, right? All these things are logic, but sometimes they take the time to stop and look at it, and or takes experience, of which I have both. So I'm just sharing, right? So here's the thing. If you had the opportunity to be on vacation, off work, away, if you had the time to set your feet up, chase lounge it, shoot to an exotic spot, whatever it may not be, and you get caught up in that feeling like, oh wow, like this is something I just want to do this, right? Which is nothing, but I just want to do this. And some people do. Some people go, they become a beach bum, they leave their job, leave their situation, change climates, etc., blah, 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 blah. But if that is not you, guess what you're doing? Going two ways at one time. Now, I'm keeping it real. I like challenge, I work hard, etc., but at this point in my life, after done 60, 70, 80, having to gain pounds, had the bad health, had all these things, I cannot do that again, right? I'd rather spend my life than and have less to spend than not spend my life and be dead. That will be the end of my life. For what purpose? Who? What is there out here that is worth your entire life? And some people say, what's my family, etc., etc. Raise your hand if you got some grown kids, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect, because I'm one myself. But raise your hands if you got the grown kids and you're like, yo, you don't hear from them. Like, was it really worth it? Yes, it was. Because it's love. But my G, you lived your entire life for what purpose, right? You could say you gave your whole life to your marriage. So again, and I'm gonna wrap this one up, which I guess is gonna be next month. But I mean, just think about these clicks, right? These links in the chain, right? Think about the non-negotiables. Think about the absolute desires. What it is that you want, and think about that plan, that vision, that blueprint to build that life and then secure that life. This video has a long life, so I'm gonna get out of here. Shout out to you, see you out here. Shout out to the son, right? You know what I'm saying? He had his birthday Friday or Saturday, you know, and I let him be where he is, but you know, he's always inside my heart. Love you, appreciate you, see you soon.